Good morning. I'm Aniel Barbe from Dynamic Steward. If every believer is a priest, why then should we have designated spiritual leader? According to Exodus chapter 19 verse 6, Israel was a kingdom of priests. But still then, God had assigned some people to be spiritual leaders in Israel. Numbers chapter 18, the chapter of the day, tells us about two groups of people assigned and supported by God for a special spiritual ministry in Israel. The chapter starts by telling us the task of the priest and the Levites. We read in verse 2, "Bring your fellow Levites from your ancestral tribe to join you and assist you, and your sons minister before the tent of the covenant law." Aaron and his sons, they were assigned to work at the altar and inside the tabernacle, whereas the Levites, they were supposed to do everything else pertaining to the tabernacle. Alongside with their responsibilities, God had made provision for them to be supported. We read in verse 8, "All the holy offerings the Israelites give me, I give to you and sons as your portion, your perpetual share." The priests, they were supported from the holy offerings that the people were bringing to God at the tabernacle. Whereas the Levites, they were supported through another channel. We read in verse 24, "I give to the Levites as their inheritance the tithes that the Israelites present as an offering to the Lord." The tithes, the 1/10 of the income, 1/10 of the harvest that the people brought to God. This was given to the Levites. Interestingly, both Jesus and Paul, they declared that this very same system of support was to be applied to support the spiritual leaders in the church today. When I read this chapter, there is one quality that is expected from the spiritual leaders. We read in verse 1 and verse 23, "They shall bear their iniquity." It implies that these spiritual leaders should be responsible and accountable for their actions. As they benefit from the sacred things of the Lord, they should keep in mind the sacredness of their ministry. This was God's design for the spiritual well-being of the nation, and this is God's plan for us today. Let's follow this plan and grow daily.